Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we are back in the Brock Bourbon Bar. We are back from, I'm going to say vacation. I mean, I've been busy as shit doing all kinds of stuff, but you guys were in Europe. I was in Disney, and then I had some stuff I had to take care of with the kids. So we were on a little bit of like hiatus from actually recording. So it's great to see you guys. I'm glad to be back. I hope you all enjoyed Europe as much as I did the last couple times I've been. And then we got Jared back on the show for forever. What's up, Jared?
Not much. How are you?
Doing all right?
Yeah, you know. Got a almost 2-year-old now.
I think that shortly after your kid was born, I think there was like one episode you came in on. Otherwise than that, you haven't been here for almost 2 years.
I think he did like one episode, and then didn't he do the beer episodes with us?
Yes, I did. I was here for the beer episode.
So
that wasn't here. That
was at the Den of Thieves. That was at Johnny's.
So it's been about outside of one time in the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then Johnny's been on here with me a couple of times since.
Yeah, the last episode we did, I believe, it was just me and you talking about the Bourbon Festival coming this fall, and now we've got a full crew. It's exciting.
It is. I'm super excited to be back and recording some good episodes. And I had a billion mail calls while everybody was out. While I was out, like the funny thing is we had this lady that was dog sitting and house sitting for us while we were out, and Jessica, she's the best. And she's like, there's another package here for you, Scott. There's another package here for you. Like 3 days out of like the 6 that we were gone, there was packages rolling in.
That's perfect.
And I was like, that's just so great. I said, just take them in, just put them on the back table, keep them in a nice, cool, dark space in the house, and I'll be back. Had no idea what it was, and then some of it was what we have today. We got Rising Tide Spirits, Ed Blay, sorry, is a buddy of ours from the show, and he kind of started in the liquor business, and then he decided he was going to go out on his own and created Rising Tide Spirits, and he sent us the 2 most recent releases, Old Swagger, which is a 12-year-old bottle, and then the Old Stubborn, which is a weeder. But I'm going to let the boys talk about those as we're sipping on them. So we're going to start off with the Old Swagger because it's the bottled and bond. Nick, what do we got on that, buddy?
All right, this is Old Swagger, 12-year bottle and bond. So that means 100 proof, 50% ABV. It looks like it is. It says this first release consists of 12 barrels of 12-year-old straight bourbon whiskey, elegantly married by Ed Blay, and is barely filtered and bottled and bond in homage of our industry's past.
And that is it's Indiana distilled. Is that correct? It's on the bottom and the back.
Yes, distilled by MGP.
This is a blend of 12 MGP barrels that are 12 years old, and I'll tell you what, dude, like MGP really starts hitting its sweet spot at about 7 to 8 years, and then they get really, really good up until 12, 13, 14 years old. And I think the light whiskey really, really does great at that, 13 up range. They just get super sweet, but they get hot. But the nose on this thing immediately is just nice.
It's really fruit forward.
It is. It's got some nice fruits, a little bit of cola.
Yeah. Jared, do you have something you want to add to that particular conversation?
It's tasty.
He's already tasted it.
I dove in. Y'all were talking too long. I wanted to dive in.
He's already.
The bottle's too cool looking not to just like want to dive in immediately. I mean,
those bottles are cool.
It's one of the most gorgeous bottles you'll probably ever see.
It's very decadent looking. Like when you see that, it could be filled with any juice and immediately improve it by like 20 points. You know what I'm saying?
No disrespect to Jim Beam or anything. It's the first one I thought of, but it could have just basic white label Jim Beam in it, and you would think you're drinking something special.
Yeah.
And from the size of the tubes, looks like they're slightly larger, but they are rounder than, say, like the E.H. Taylor tubes.
Yeah, not as skinny,
Yeah, I'll tell you the big thing is, like, just the attention to detail. Like the little old swagger dude, right? Like, I mean, he looks like a little old Irish guy or almost like a leprechaun.
Dude, that's the pose I'm doing all the time these days.
It's also got a little gold embossing, or that's a little embossing on it that looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's just such great looking things. And the fact that, I don't know if this is crystal in the bottom or what. Like, we've got like an acrylic bottom at the very, very bottom. That this is the stand that says Rising Tide, and then they have the little actual symbol for Rising Tide. Yeah. In the bottom, it's a gorgeous bottle. One of the best looking bottles I've seen.
A showpiece for sure.
Is there anything inside the bottle at the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the actual. Here, hand that down to Nick. I don't think you really paid real close attention to it, but it's actually the Rising Tide bird. Like it's
cool.
And it's actually in the bottle. So, I mean, it's super, super cool.
So, is it similar to those who have maybe seen the Double Eagle Rare?
Yeah.
The one that has a little eagle inside it. It's same concept by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It's about the same style kind of similar style looking bottle.
You know,
too,
honestly, it
isn't
reminds me of the old school, like 1950s old Forster Neptune bottles.
it? Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking more kind of like, the old 40s, 50s cognac style.
Yeah, but it's a teardrop bottle. I mean, like
Yes.
that's really. I mean, that's what it is. But it's beautiful. It's got a crystal cork. I mean, it's got everything you would want as far as like that appealing look.
You need to go
It's
out
a
of
vintage
bottle.
vibe for sure.
Very. You need to go check it out on the socials and to really appreciate what we're trying to describe to you, because words can only do so much justice until you actually look at it and get to see it with your eyes and get to see the
I will say
canisters.
The only negative I come from this is it feels delicate.
It does.
Like I'm like, shit, am I
100%.
going to break this?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little slick.
and I'm sure it's probably more sturdy than we realize. But I'm not going to test anything. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Hence me handing you the bottle so
Yeah.
you could open it. 'Cause I didn't trust myself.
Johnny's like, I'm not doing this, dude.
So I'm trying to feel out here because you have to realize it's been a while since I've done like just a set down tasting, with vacation, everything else like that. Have I drank some bourbon? Yes. But have I really going back through nosing and everything like that? So, and I have a weird coincidence here. Whenever I was smelling this, I was starting to get a little like light cherry, but it wasn't quite normal cherry. And wherever you said cola, which is obviously a very unique smell that is. I almost want to say this is like a cherry Coke from like the old 50s, soda jerk, syrup.
Yeah, I could read that. Yeah,
Old school cane sugar.
But when you
and-
taste it, it's almost like more of like that sarsaparilla type
Yeah.
flavor, though, which is crazy. Like the nose is more of that fruitier, like darker fruit, but then the actual taste itself, it's got a little bit of that sarsaparilla root beery type taste.
So I couldn't figure out what I was. No, I still haven't even tasted it yet. I've still been nosing it. I'm getting licorice.
I could see where you're coming off with anise. I just, man, I don't know. To me, I usually don't like licorice, but it's definitely an adjacent smell or texture.
More
that you're
like
talking about
a
there.
red licorice, which
Yeah.
has less of that
Maybe.
anise.
Yeah, and I think that
scent
also
to it.
brings into that cherry kind
Yeah.
of.
Sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like not the big red you buy in stores, but if you've ever had a red cream phosphate mixed soda, because it kind of combines elements of the sarsaparilla with the creaminess and the fruit, and
It's just so delicate.
it's as delicate as the bottle.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even on the palate.
It's even got a little bit of like a floral note when you
Yes.
drink it. I'm surprised it doesn't have a little bit more baking spice. MGP is so notorious for that. Now, granted, I don't know. Does it say whether it's the 21% rye or the 36 or whatever? But
Are you sure you don't
no,
get
but-
some on the back end of the palate there?
I mean, you get a little bit of bacon, but
Yeah.
it's so faint. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so delicate. Like it's like floral, sweet. It's got a little bit of that cola coming through, that root beery like texture.
and
like
it just disappears in the back of the palate.
I see. I think it's got a nice little finish. Like
It's
like
got
it's got a like that little hug right here, and it gets a little bit lower, and then like it just dissipates. But it's nice.
It doesn't burn.
No,
It's
No,
just,
there's
it's
no
just
burn.
that was one of my first things I noticed when I took my first sip was when it caresses over the tongue and everything like that and goes down into the old gullet. It warms your mouth up very strongly, but it's not burning. It's just a nice warm hug. Get you all warm inside and makes you want to
For me,
ready
it's
for
more,
fall.
It's more lingering at the tip of the tongue for me. It's
That's
still
where it's
at
mine.
the front of my mouth. It's delicious, though. My goodness.
First episode back, I got to side with Scott. And, you know,
you got
getting his
kiss
good graces.
ass.
getting his good graces.
No, I just
good
go with my own
graces,
self.
ass is bodacious, flirtatious.
Get up on the dance
All right, so
floor.
tech support has come in for the old swagger. It is 75-21-4.
I was guessing that's what it had to have been. I didn't think it was possibly the 36%, but yeah, man, that's pretty solid, man. I'll tell you.
Real quick, because the next one that we're going to try is significantly darker. This is a very lovely, like just kind of like coppery bronze color.
It is, but that's also because it's been proofed to 100.
Well-
so how much water's been added to this to give it that
Yeah.
color versus the color we're getting ready to try
The
on this old
next one
stubborn.
is
yeah.
gorgeous looking. It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous color.
Yeah. Old Stubborn. What do we got?
So, Old Stubborn is also 12 single barrels, and they're all aged from 11 to 14 years, and it's a collection of single barrel pot still whiskeys, both straight bourbon and weeded straight bourbon. And they were all hand selected by Scott's buddy Ed. Let's see, it is 130 and a half proof, and there were 123 bottles, and this is bottle 113.
Gotcha. And this was distilled in West Virginia. So this is a pot still. Nick,
Yes.
see if you
Distilled in
can't
West
find
Virginia.
the age on this one.
I think he's already.
It looks like I thought that's what he was doing. So it's the one that's 130.5 proof. Did you find that one? It's a weeder.
Right now, I'm finding 10, 11, and 12-year-olds.
Gotcha.
Blends right now, but I'm trying to find the mash bill still.
Yeah, because these are single barrels, so they're not a blend. So
The nose on this is just magical.
I'll tell you, the crazy thing for me is like typically with a weeder, and especially at 130 proof, the nose has usually got a little bit more ethanol.
Is this considered batch 1, 2, or 3?
I think it's batch 3 of the old stubborn. 100.
Oh, well, never mind. That's his barrel number.
But that's the thing. It's not a batch. It's a single barrel. Single
Yeah.
barrel. But it's
It's
130.5 proof.
Can't tell if that's SB01W or S1301W. I think it's SB.
It's probably SB. Let me see.
It looks like it could also be a 13 that were just written right next to each other.
SB01W. It looks like so. Small batch 01W is what I'm thinking.
Single barrel.
Yeah,
It's not a
single
batch.
barrel number 1 weeder, and I'm assuming that's what the W is for.
That makes sense. That's 100%.
I'm getting this real lovely honey nut Cheerio on the nose.
Does it almost have like a dusty funk to you a little bit?
That's
Yeah,
what
for
I was
sure.
good. I was good. I didn't want to influence anybody's decision on that, but like to me, pot stills have a tendency to run that way, especially like weeded pot stills. Like they've got like some weird viscous dusty note, like almost like hay barn type, dustiness to them.
Now, see this color, it's just darker. I don't exactly know what you would call that. It's definitely more along the lines of like red.
Call it tasty.
Well,
I haven't even tried it yet, but I'm sure.
Ambrosia.
I don't
Would
know.
that be it?
Ambrosia, isn't that the salad your grandma makes for like
The
Thanksgiving and
marshmallow
stuff with the
fucking
marshmallow and the
thing?
green
No,
stuff? Is
no.
that what that
I mean,
is?
It could be. No, I was thinking like the nectar of the gods. Like
No, I know.
ambrosia.
I was messing with you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
You can't take advantage of me right now, dude. I'm in a happy place, and this is just killer. It's got like a creme brulee coloring to it.
Yeah.
like a burnt
burnt
caramel,
burnt sugar.
burnt sugar. Yeah.
There's a fruit on that nose. I'm trying to pick it up.
Go ahead, Jared. I won't steal the honor from you.
I'm not picking up the fruit, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You sure? You're so good. You're so good at labeling it a certain type of fruit without knowing what it is.
It is a light fruit. I know what you're thinking about with Jared here. I don't think it's that. I think it's more like almost like a pear.
I was going to say melon. A little bit of
Like a honeydew or
a
something.
honeydew melon. Yeah.
I was trying to like venture between the two different
Or
smells and where it
a
would be at.
cantaloupe, honeydew to cantaloupe in that range.
Yeah, cantaloupe has a very distinct smell to
Yeah.
me, and
I'm
especially
getting
when
like a
especially
sweet-
when it's ripe.
Sweet melon.
Yeah, I love sweet melons. Delicious.
Who doesn't love sweet melons? Barbara loves sweet melons.
So,
Nick said, "I'm back."
Tech support's the rescue. Let's get this podcast back on
He
track.
said the Nick has entered the chat.
there you go.
tech support.
All right. So, the actual old stubborns are batched. This is just an exclusive single barrel.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, the rest of them are batched between 10, 11, and 12.
Okay. But we
Small.
have no data on actually how old this bad boy is.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
It says
It could be up to 12 or 13-year-olds.
That's fair. I'll text Ed whenever I'm not, working here and try to find out where we're at on this.
This
bad
is
boy.
work.
I mean, listen, it is work.
Yeah, because it looks like the first two batches of the Old Stubborn was the old style bottle, which was almost kind of like the circular with the ridges,
Correct.
all the way around.
Yep.
Those were the first two batches. The
Yep.
third batch introduces the teardrop bottle.
Gotcha. Man, this is good.
Dude,
It is good.
The flavor
Yeah.
is exquisite.
It's got such a nice little, almost like tobacco-y like note on that mid palate. And then the finish is like,
The finish is amazing.
it's so good, but it's weird. It almost comes off more as a rye than a weeder on the finish. Like
Yeah.
it's got a
I
little
was just
bit of
thinking
that,
it's got a little
that
bit more of
peppery
that
hug. Yeah.
Yeah, about to say, usually with the rise, I get right about the mid palate, kind of like the little tingle,
Yeah.
on the sides of the tongue. And I'm getting just a little of that here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably coming from what the pot still does versus a column still.
Yeah.
But man, I'm gonna tell you, this is tasty. If you'd if you would have blinded me this, there's no way I would have told you this was a weeder.
No.
No, absolutely not.
It reminds me of an 18-year Jameson.
So the nose is weeded, which is weird
Yeah.
because you don't have that spice that's coming through on the nose. It's just
Right.
like sweet and floral and like all those little tannins. But man,
It's also not like that sweet, you know.
yeah, it smells pretty sweet to me. I mean, there's some vanilla, there's some caramel.
That's why I said the
there's
Honey
some-
Nut Cheerios is because it's got that. It tastes like a weeded cereal, but then it's got that subtle hint of sweetness to it. And now that Dusty, I mean, again, going back to the nose, I nosed the damn thing for 3 minutes. You know, took a drink and then now nosing.
I think
it
we
again.
all did.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still prevalent.
Yeah, this is a glass you could literally sit around and nose for forever.
Yes.
I mean, just sit around the fireplace, like just like I'm going to drink this over the course of the night. Like
It's a
like a
gingerly
3-ounce
drink.
pour,
Yes,
and you could just sit
yes.
there all night, nosing it, enjoying it. You know, little tiny sips at a time.
Now, there's just, I don't know if it was mentioned already. I missed a little bit. There's a creaminess that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's just kind of I don't know if it's just extremely viscous or just that creaminess is coming through.
Dude, so it's weird. You said that, and I was like, "There's such a nice chew to this thing," and I was trying to come up with the word, but it's almost like the cream savors, like that sweet
Yum.
cream savory like type flavor. Now, I don't know if it's orange because I don't really get a citrus note off this, but like it's like that's what it's kind of reminiscent
I
of.
mean, it
Those
could be.
cream savors.
I mean, yeah, there's a vanilla version of that. So
Is
yeah.
there just a vanilla version?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like I've had strawberry
like
or whatever the red
orange,
one and the
all the
orange.
other
Yeah.
ones? Yeah.
I don't think I ever had the vanilla version, but this is just, it's nice. It's delicate. It's got a really good note. But, dude, this is 130.5 proof. It drinks nowhere near it.
I would say if it drank anything, it'd probably be about 115, 117.
Yeah, I would even say lower, like 110, 112.
Yeah, that's what I would have done lower too.
Yeah.
I feel like right at Weller 107 is kind of that could they even be a little bit poppier in terms of heat than this. This is just delightful.
I've definitely had full proofs that had more pop than this. OWAs, I'm not sure, but
With
yeah.
his background, because I was reading a bit about him, and that he in 2017 was Wild Turkey's in charge of their barrel program.
Yep, he's done a lot of
So
different
I
stuff.
just wonder how like that influenced.
I don't know.
kind of
We need to
him.
get him on the show and actually
Be a good
go
interview
over
about
some
it.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But yeah, he's just a cool cat. I mean, like I said, I met him at a bourbon event probably, I'm guessing, good Lord, 4 or 5 years ago. It had actually been before COVID, so it's been at least 5 or 6 years, right? And if I remember correctly, it was some event that was out by New Riff, and we just kind of talked, and who all was there? Me, maybe Matt, and then a couple other guys that we just kind of was running with at that time. And then, talked to Ed a little bit, and then like as he started to grow into this brand, he just like, hey, and I was like, I reached out to him when the first batch came out. I was like, hey, I'd like to try this. I saw it, and he sent it to me, and I was like, pretty good. So when the second batch came out, he said, hey, I've got this coming to you, and I'm like, great, let's try it. So, but man, I'm telling you, this is a super great surprise as far as like pot stills always throw me off a little bit, but man, this one's nice.
Now the question is that what distillery is out in West Virginia?
I've never asked him where it's and listen, it's one of those things. He may have an NDA. I don't think he does, but I mean, like you have Conocton Creek, you've got a few of them that are out there. But I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be one of like 3 probably major distilleries. It could be, an Old Scout. Like, aren't they in Virginia? Like, and
Yeah.
that would not be a massive shock if that was the case.
Let me refer to tech support here real fast and try to see what I can find here.
Yeah,
real
you'll have to call tech support and see where Old Scout is. Like that honest to goodness, that probably would not surprise me if that's where this came from. Just because of the fact that, if I remember correctly, Old Scout is in Virginia. It's one of those weird things, like either in Virginia or West Virginia.
You're hot. You're super hot. It's actually in Maxwellton, West Virginia.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was so nice of him to say.
Yeah.
Way to build your fellow dude up.
Well, I mean, it was one of those things. Like I knew it was either Virginia or West Virginia. I couldn't remember. I knew it was like because it's basically right there near the Kentucky border. I mean, we've only been to Old Scout one time ever, and my buddy Chad, he was the one that kind of got me hooked on Old Scout early on, in that mythical group that we're all part of. So that's what it is.
I know some people can like rat on MGP, but man, when it's aged a certain way, like it just does.
And let's not misconstrue.
Magic.
The Old Stubborn is not MGP. The Old Swagger is.
Old, okay.
Yeah.
The Old Stubborn is a Virginia distillate. So
West Virginia distillate.
Oh, West Virginia distillate.
Yeah,
Oh,
West
okay.
Virginia.
Gotcha. That's the reason I was confused because like it said Virginia, and I was like, man, but I thought it was. I think Old Scout, but I bet a dime to a dollar this came from Old Scout.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but it's based on the age too. I mean, Old Scout when they first started, it makes sense. But I've never asked him, so this is pure speculation on J. Scott Minton's thought process.
Do you think like the size of the blending facilities out there are like MGPs?
Oh, good Lord, no.
God,
it would
God
be
no.
much
Nowhere,
smaller,
no,
right?
yes, it's
Yeah.
it'd be like West Fork.
Okay.
Yeah, now they have a little bit more warehouse space than West Fork would, but I mean, like their setup is very like small, and now granted, Old Scout's grown massively since the last time I was out there, but yeah, their original space was not hardly anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were doing MGP single barrels back in the day, man, and that's back when you could get 12, 13-year-old bottles for $70 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's crazy. $49.99, $59.99, 12-year-old barrels.
Now they'd be like
Yeah,
300.
that was back in the day.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, I mean, we're talking 12, 13 years ago. I mean, it's been a hot minute. So
What
long,
is a
long
hot
time.
minute?
I don't know. It's
Where did
it's
that
a
come
minute that's
from?
hot. I have no idea. Like Hooker on Nickel Night, hotter than a Hooker on Nickel Night. Probably came from the same place. Hot minute, same difference.
What is it? Hotter than a whore in church or something like that? Or?
Yeah. Sweating like
Sweating
a
like a
whore.
That's
Church.
what it is.
That's what it
That's
is.
what it is. I knew I had it wrong.
It's
somehow.
hotter than a Hooker on Nickel Night. And
I know.
It's
I
sweating
know.
like a whore in church.
Yeah, sweating like one. Yeah, I knew I had it. I knew I had it slightly.
They
off.
deserve more than a nickel, though. Whoever did that, just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, they're just saying a nickel.
penny.
Like that's a busy person if they're only charging a nickel, probably.
That is a very.
You might be remembering that experience with an itch if it's a penny.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Probably with a nickel too. Anyway, back to the show.
I think
We just derailed it.
we've got to review, or we've reviewed them, but like we have to rank them. This is pretty difficult.
Can you rank them?
When
I
they're-
think,
just
I think
score
these are
'em?
almost mutually
Preference.
exclusive. I'd rather just individually score them.
Yeah,
You want to do that?
I mean, listen, I'm okay with saying my preference is the Old Stubborn, only because I really love the proof and what's coming through. But the Old Swagger's delicious. I mean,
It is.
I've rarely had a bottle and bond to me that gives as much off as this one at 12 years old. Like when I think of like Weller 12, right? Like this is just as easily as good as Weller 12, if not better. And it's not a weeder, so
Let me throw out something that'd be similar of age. I just haven't had any, but maybe some of the old fits in those decanter bottles that
Yeah.
had around that same age.
yeah, it would be on par. But see, then again, like I said, you're talking about a weeded bourbon versus a actual bourbon.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, and that's the reason it's so hard. Most of your age-stated bourbons anymore these days are mainly weeders for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. Unless they're single barrels.
Yeah. True.
Most of your small batch age-stated stuff are all weeders.
You're a single barrel.
I am. I'm a one of a kind. I'm probably a short barrel though.
It's
Short
interesting.
fat one.
do we
Short,
call
short and stout.
Do we call your bottle old fucker?
Short and stout. I'm a teapot.
Thank you.
I will
was
say
just
it's
about to
pretty interesting going back to the old Swagger after doing the old Stubborn. There's an innate smoothness to it that's just like no tomorrow. It just you go back to it and it's nice.
That is,
also
that is a
so-
crushable bottle. Me and you, Nick, could sit outside and pound that bottle.
Done. Let's go.
How come Nick is the only one that gets to go?
I mean, you could go too. I'm
We're
just saying.
chopped liver,
I'm saying.
JR.
I'm saying any two
I'm not
of
getting
us.
anything right tonight. And
Literally.
you've
You guys-
disappeared for 2 years, so we're both fucked.
I'm just saying any two of us could crush that bottle.
Oh, hands down. And then feel really guilty about it because it's a hefty price tag.
It ain't
bottle.
cheap.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap. But
This is
listen, I always tell you, you pay for what you get in some situations. I think this is probably one of them.
Yeah, there's times whenever the dollar meets the buck, whenever it comes to quality that
Yep.
comes out. But there's other times that doesn't the value just isn't there.
And I will say this with kind of a slight edge to that, right? Like I have a hard time paying over $250 for any bourbon, period. But the complete package and presentation that he's delivered for that price point,
Oh my God!
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with it.
Everything was a design choice intentionally made.
Yeah. Tube, glass, decanter. I mean, like the whole thing. Like
Juice
this
itself.
Is, yeah.
Just-
That's what I said. It's just solid.
Yeah.
All the way across the board.
I mean, these bottles are displayable. Like, they can be just sitting themselves in some type of showcase or glass in front of something, even right behind a bar with like light on top of it. It is designed that way to be point. You don't see that really with any other or many other bottles at all.
I'd be pouring something back in it after I finish this bottle just to keep using it.
I'm gonna tell you, somebody poured a little heavy on the old stubborn there. It looks a little short compared to the other bottle.
Nose coast.
I'll say I did not do this pour.
Was it Barber? The heavy hand?
Probably.
The heavy hand of
I'm
Barber.
about to say I poured the Swagger. I didn't pour the second one.
We need to get her a T-shirt that says the heavy hand.
The heavy
Barbara.
pour. The heavy hand of Barber.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea. I will say the Old Stubborn's my favorite. If I was ranking them like 1 out of 10, I mean they're both solid high 8s. I don't know that I'd go quite in the 9 range, but they're good. They're real good.
I was going to call mid 8s, possibly 8.7 for one, 8.5 for the other.
Yeah.
So I'm right up there with you.
I was going to go like 8.6 for the Old Stubborn and like 8.4, 8.3 for the Old Swagger.
Yeah.
I'm probably right there with Jared, honestly.
Same here.
Yeah. So like I said, great pours. The design. I mean, these are special, you guys. Like rarely will I say that something's special as far as like bottle design. Like I love the stickers for Old Carter. Like I love the horse. Like that's pretty. It's beautiful.
Right, yeah.
But like when the whole thing comes together, like Amin makes a fantastic looking bottle. Those old Louisville,
Yeah.
With the bow
bag.
tie and the split label, like those are gorgeous bottles and labels and stuff like this. But this total design, like the little neck wrap and then like the crystal cork, the acrylic bottom, the little insert inside the bottle. I mean, these things are beautiful, and then the tubes are just gorgeous on top of that. So
You feel like you're getting a collector's piece,
yeah.
without it being like gimmicky, like so many collector's pieces.
100%.
can be
Well,
with
and
it.
one thing that I really like is that on the bottle itself, there's very little label, so you can really appreciate the bottle itself.
Yeah. It's
Good
not
point.
it's not a billboard. So, all right. I think that's our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk this time. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get those episodes as soon as they drop on Sunday morning. You can email us any questions to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Jared, the Brox, and Johnny Tsunami signing off. Peace.
Prost.
Peace out.
Good afternoon, good
potato-
evening, and good night. Mashed potatoes.